Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Vailima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reisch, R-E-I-S-C-H is how Reisch is spelled. Alright, already shuffled. Let's see what we have. Okay. You got the Ace of Swords at the bottom. I wasn't going to use it at first, but I felt pulled towards it. So, strong two-way communication. Not just you communicating, but people communicating back and forth with you. Alright, so a lot of communication going on here. Not that you're shy anyway. Normally, Leos aren't shy, but even if you're more of one of the shyer Leos, if that's you, you got abundance at the bottom. You got abundance at the bottom here too. I feel like that's going to be reinforced as we keep going, so this is a really good situation. But again, even if you're one of the shyer Leos, this is a situation where you're definitely communicating without reservation. All right. Now, when I'm pulling into this situation, I feel like you like where it's headed, or it seems like it's going to work out. I feel like that's the best way to say it. It seems like the whole situation is going to work out at some point. You got the Star card and you've got Justice here. This is how you're feeling about it. This is kind of where you're standing coming into it. No matter what it is at the moment when you come into it, you're very hopeful that justice will prevail. It will work out. It'll all balance out. Things will go as they're supposed to. You know, it'll all come out in the wash type attitude. You know what I mean? If there's something that's not right here, it won't last that long. It will turn around. If it is going well, you're like, and it'll continue to keep going well as long as I hold up my end of the bargain. There's a lot of energy there. I feel like you're excited about the situation when you come into it. I got to be honest. Even if it's not the best situation, again, you're excited because you're like, it'll be a good situation soon enough. Now, the situation itself demands a lot of energy, demands a lot of work. Leo Lion, Strength card, it seems like that all comes together usually. Yeah, it's a difficult situation, but you're hopeful. You're excited about it. You think this is going to work out. You're like, yeah, it's going to take some work. I can do that. I can do that. You just I feel like you just dig in and just do it. I don't feel like you're worrying about it. I don't feel like you're thinking about it or overthinking it. You're just like, let me just get in and do it. Let me just get into this and get right into it. You just seem to take right off into it. Like, you know what? Sitting around procrastinating, not going to work for me. I'm just going to go do it. I'm just going to get right involved. Now, you are getting involved. You're handling things. You're not pulling any punches. You're just like, this is how it is. This is what I see. This is what needs to be done. Just doing it. You're just getting in there, doing it. I feel like the way you might be looking at it even is just kind of like, you know, sitting around and talking about it is just not improving this. Let's fix it, and then if we need to change direction or, you know, hone some things in, that's fine. As long as we have something to actually hone. Keep moving, keep going, and we'll tighten up the image, we'll focus the image as we go. Keep moving, keep going. And I feel like that's your energy, just like, let's keep going, let's keep moving. These three cards I'm seeing all come in at once. As you get deeper involved in this, as you're seeing what's going on around you, as you're really starting to get like the flavor of the stew, if you will, you got the Nine of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Certain aspects of the situation, you're not going to touch with a 10-foot pole. And I'm getting, that's like, it's very interesting how this is all working out. Like the situation as a whole, you're invested in it. But there's certain people, or there's certain pieces of this, you're just like, not going near that with a 10-foot pole. Nope. That's not for me. They're going to have to figure that out on their own. And I'm getting that with that middle card here, because it seems to be a pivotal thing. The Nine of the Nine of Wands, I feel like that's more like, you know what, this is just how this is for now. However difficult it is, or maybe some people are a little bit, maybe a few people don't seem to be too warm towards you at the moment. Maybe they don't like you so much at the moment, but you're kind of like, things have to fix. Things have to be changed. They may not like me right now, but they'll get over it. And I feel like that's kind of how you're viewing it. Like, you know what, these things need to be fixed. These things need to be changed. I may not be their favorite person right now, but they'll get over it. I'm going to keep going. And again, that comes into this other thing, like there's certain things you're not going to touch with a 10-foot pole. It seems to be fine. I don't see that's a problem at all. But the whole reason, like these are like building. This is a building situation. Certain people don't like you right now, but you're doing what you have to do, so you don't feel bad about that. I feel like that's good. Other people, you're like, if I get involved in that, you know, they're not going to like me either, but I don't feel like that's going to work out in the long run. So I'm just going to leave that be. You're building this foundation. You're building this 10 of Pentacles. Fixing what you can fix, staying away from what you can't. You're just identifying it right off the bat. This I can fix. I'll get right in there and do what I got to do. That, probably not so much. I'll just stay away from that. You're building a very strong foundation to this situation. I feel like you're making very smart decisions, very calculated decisions. You know what? I'm not gonna go around just throwing things around if it's not gonna make any difference. If it's just gonna make things worse in the long run, I'm not gonna bother. But if I can actually make things better, I'm right in that. I'm right on that. People may not like me at the moment. That happens. They'll get over it. It's very we gotta get this done attitude. We gotta get this done. This just needs to be done. Just has to be handled. Now, I'm getting here this card on the other side, the Five of Cups. There's a lot of work that has to be done here. A lot of people don't want to make the changes that need to be made. You were just bullying right through it. I don't know if that sounds bad, but you're just bursting through it. We got to fix it. We need to fix it. You know, lollygagging, yamming is not going to work. Not going to work. We can't. The time for talking is done. And I feel like that's your energy just saying, no more talking. Talking's just going to drag this out. Time to fix. Let's fix. And I feel like, yeah, some people are not happy. Some people are having bruised egos or very unhappy about things that are being changed. It needs to happen. It just needs to be happening. Definitely it's going to be some, bruised egos. People not happy. People feeling like they're losing what they love. That type of thing. People feeling like the worst has happened. That type of feeling. I do feel like this is a temporary card. It's kind of like change is hard, and then when somebody is forced to change, it's very upsetting for some people. And I feel like that's what you're dealing with. So I feel like you're kind of like, people don't like me right now, but that'll pass. I think you're kind of right. I feel like you're on point with that. It's just you're gonna see that reflected. I just feel like we're acknowledging it. I don't know. There you go. We got the Two of Pentacles with the knowledge here in the center. Now, with the Two of Pentacles and what's actually going on, people are giving you pushback and they don't want to change. They're trying to hold on to what they can. Definitely trying to hold on to what they can. I feel like that's another reason we're bringing this card in. And I feel like to a point, you're just kind of working with people on that. As much as you feel like you can. Some of these things you're kind of like, well, I'll back off for now, but you got 2 weeks. And then that's done. Or you're saying, well, I'll give you a month, but we're definitely changing this. So I'll give you a month to try to find something better or to find a different way that this can actually flourish. But that's about it. I feel like 2 weeks is more realistic to what you'll actually say, if that's a possibility here. But maybe if you're feeling extremely generous, maybe a month. Maybe. But you're going to be very strict with that deadline. But that's it. That's the day. You're going to need to know that day. You're trying to work with people as much as you can. Even in situations I feel like you really don't want to. You're kind of looking at it from more of a, you got the knowledge here, which I feel like there's kind of a wisdom feel coming into, even though wisdom and knowledge are a little different. Wisdom is actually the application of knowledge in its highest form, in my opinion. So I feel like you're kind of like, I don't really want to do it this way, but I feel like this, more bees with honey rather than vinegar. Okay. I'll do it. So you're trying. You are trying. Like, and I do feel like you're recognizing your own energy pushing through and people getting like, ugh. So you're just kind of like, all right. I'm not that much of a monster and I don't want people to think I am. So I'll be a little bit more giving to the situation. All right. So the thing is, I do feel like you are giving to it. You're trying to balance it out. You are trying to be a little bit more diplomatic with it. You just feel like it'll work out better in the long run. It's not really something I feel like you want to do, to be honest. I feel like you just feel it's for the best. So you're like, all right, I'll do it. The Hanged Man shows up. You've made some agreements. You've agreed to some things. You're holding to that. You said you would. You're holding to it. The Hanged Man happens here where things just seem to go into like a stasis. They're just kind of like, instead of them going wobbly up and down, they're just kind of like holding this line, but you're like, this is not permanent, people. This is temporary. Let's remember that. So you need to make your decisions, or, like if somebody needs to make a decision or somebody needs to get prepared, you're reminding them, like, make sure you're getting on the ball here, make sure you're getting ready, make your decision if you need to. If you need to get yourself together, because when this moment happens, I said to this moment, and I'm not waiting a moment more. And you're reminding people of this. I feel like during the Hanged Man, you're reminding people, this is a moment. We're not staying here. We're not living here. This is a moment. The Hanged Man happens. You give people their chance. You try to work with people. The thing is, that Hanged Man moment, Hanged person moment, Hanged woman moment, whatever you want to call it. Don't get caught up in the gender, of course. I'm getting you reap great benefits from that. Because people believe you. People know you're honest, you're true, you're not pulling any punches, you mean it. You said it, you mean it, and they know it. You got the Four of Wands and success in the environment here. Again, that abundance card from before. I feel that pushing in. This is really working good. People are holding to. They know you meant it. They're pulling it together. They're like, yep, okay. If they had to make a decision, they did what they had to do there. If they had to get themselves together, they did what they had to do there. They're very comfortable. They feel like they were listened to, and they realize this has to happen. They seem to just get on board with it. Okay, all right. They feel kind of like respected. They feel like you respected them because you acknowledged the pain they were going through, I guess. The sadness they were going through. You acknowledged it. They feel respected. They got it together. Here we go. They're ready. You have the Six of Wands. To me, this is a victory card, a great victory card. You're like, I feel like when everybody's on point and everything works on time the way you expect it to, everybody's right in line, they held to it, you gave them this leeway, they took advantage of it and did it the way you wanted them to. You wanted them to take advantage of it. You did. Worked out. You're very happy. Everybody seems to be on point. Best move. Like, you made the best move is how that feels. And I feel like the Six of Wands is going into the World card here. The World card. You're moving forward. You're moving forward. Whatever wasn't working before, whatever changes you had to make, done. Because of the way you handled this, because of this Hanged Man moment, it's like people accepted it. Here we go. And everybody's acknowledging, like, it's almost like moving from one place to another. We're letting go of all those ties. Everything that's there is left there. We got everything together we needed to. We can hold on to certain friendships the way we need to. That's up to us, blah, blah, blah. But the home, everything with that is gone. We left. And we're not coming back. And they're moving forward to the next one. You know what? We're fully invested to that. You're completely moving into this next phase. Uninhibited is what it feels like to me. And I get, like, that leaves the road clear. It's like smooth sailing. It's smooth sailing. You're on to the next situation. You're on to the next phase here, the next part, the next era. The world usually denotes a new era. Moving into the next era, it's time to... Destiny is saying you were going to end up here anyway, But the Fool is making me feel like the fact that you ended up in a very, like, you were going to end up in this place anyway. The Fool and Destiny are telling me, I gotta be honest, you were going to end up in this place anyway. But the energy that you're bringing forward, that was completely up to the way you handled the situation. And there's a lot of positive energy propelling this forward, and there's a lot better current. It might be smooth sailing, but there's a current for you to catch into based on the way you handled it. So it was going to turn out, it was going to move forward, that was going to happen. It just seems like Destiny and the Fool are saying you're going to go in this new direction, and it was going to be open sailing to an extent anyway. But you created, like, it's almost like there's this current or this breeze that you're just sailing on, that your momentum, the way you handled it, created this momentum and made this such a lot easier than it was going to be. The way you handled it made a big difference. Are we good? I feel like we got there. I feel like the big message of this is the way you're handling it, being kind, because I feel like you're being very kind to people. It's like you're fighting your own instinct to keep going forward because you know you care about what other people feel. You do. And that's what I'm connecting here. And it serves you so well. It really makes the next era so much better. It's really a great thing. All right, I think the message is out. All right, we're done. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.